So welcome back to the video. In this video we are going to study about the routing fundamentals. In the previous videos we have seen IP addressing, OSI model, how to configure IP address on routers, switches, like basics about switches. So in this we'll just study about routing fundamentals. So in this video we'll explain, I'll explain what is routing, how does routing work, what are routing metrics, what is administrative distance, what and then some demonstration in Cisco CLI, and then what is types of routing. So let's move ahead. So what is routing? Routing is the basic process of choosing the best path to send from one network to another network, basically from one source to another destination. So in switching it's like it deals with the same network, but in routing it deals with the different networks. So as you can see an example over here, the PC is in like 192.168.1.0/24 network, whereas the server is in 10.0.0.0/24 network. So this is completely different network, and this is like a completely different network. So matching or like the patching the gap between two networks is done by the router, and then a router sends from one source network to another destination network. So how does this process take place? Let's go in deeper. So routing takes place only on layer 3, that is using IP addresses. I hope you recall from the video of routers versus switches, I have specifically mentioned the difference table. So yeah, I hope you recall from there. So routing are done in only different network or like a subnet. So as you can see, a different network over here. And then yeah, so let's see how routing works. So routing is done by the routing tables. So routers store known path to the destination, which can be updated dynamically or manually. So based on the the routing table, it matches the destination path, and then it forwards the packet in that direction. So routing, there are many routing protocols being used. So for example, OSPF, RIP, to share the information about the network. So don't worry about this, we'll just cover in the next videos what is static routing, dynamic routing. I'll just cover all the concepts. And then the path selection is done, like router evaluates routes using metrics and selects the most efficient path for the data packet. So I'll also cover what is metrics and administrative distance in further slides. And packet forwarding, once the route is being chosen based on the metrics, the packet is being forwarded through the selected path to reach the destination. So basically based on the routing table, it selects and based on the metrics it selects the path and then forwards the packet in that direction. So routing are done in different subnets. So let's see the routing table. So this is how something routing table in the CLI of a router. You can see router show IP route, and then over here you can see like 1 2 3 4 routes being there. So C is nothing but connected route, L is local route, S is static route. So this is nothing but the routing types. This is nothing but the destination network. This is administrative distance, and this is metrics, and then this is nothing but the next hop. So don't worry, I'll cover all the things step by step. So what are routing metrics though? So values used by routers to select the best path for the data packet across a network. So common metrics are like hop count, bandwidth, delay, reliability, and the cost. So most of the time you'll listen about hop count, bandwidth, delay, and the cost in the entire networking industry. So application is like different routing protocols use one or different metric to calculate the efficient path. So just like RIP uses hop count, EIGRP use bandwidth and delay, OSPF uses cost, and ISS also uses the cost. So yeah, this is the routing metrics being used. So over here you can see 1/0. So 0 is like the routing metric over here. So why 0, I'll just tell you. So administrative distance, so metric used to determine which routing protocol is preferred. Since many routing protocols have different metrics, so they can be compared. So you can see like each routing protocol has its own different metric, and then how can we evaluate like whose priority is greater and whose priority is lesser. So just a right thumb rule, like with networking industry, they have considered like we'll just follow the administrative distance, and based on the weightage the routing protocol will be given more priority. So routers may have overlapping routes on within a network, and it uses AD to decide which route to take. So yeah, so different routing protocols, but it takes the base of the AD to decide what routing protocol I should take. So the thumb rule is like the lower the AD, the lower the value of the administrative distance is preferred, and indicates that the routing protocol is considered most trustworthy. So let's see at the table. So directly connected route is 0, static route is 1 over here, and then like I can show you 0 and 1. So static 1 AD. So can you see static S? So as can you see here, static S, and then AD is 1. So for static it's 1, and then for connected it's 0, so it's not being displayed. And yeah, so directly connected is 0, static is 1. External BGP is like 20. So this is like external border gateway protocol. EIGRP is 90, IGRP is 100, OSPF is 110, ISIS is 115, RIP is 120, EIGRP external is 170, and this. So you don't need to like just keep the administrative distance in mind, but most of them you are being going to be in touch is like directly connected 0, static is 1, EIGRP is 90, OSPF is 110, and then RIP is 120. So keep this like 5 to 6 in mind, and then just remember the order and the numbers weightage. So demonstration, let's go into demonstration Cisco packet tracer. I will show you. So I have just taken the network in the last video which I had. Like this is the network, like 192.168.1.0/24 network with one router, two switches for PCs over here, and then I have like connected a PC in a different network, that is 172.168.1.0 network over here. So when I select the router, let's see the routing table of it. So I have pre-configured it, and I'll also show you one demo too. So I'll go into configuration, and then I also do show IP route. So as you can see over here, so the network, whenever you configure a network, two addresses get configured that by default, like automatically, connected and local route. So like it says like 172.168.0.0/16 network is a variable subnetted to which has two subnet and two masks. So which is this is directly connected to a network. So yeah, you can see this is connected to a network 1.0/24 over here, and then local route is like 172.168.1.10/32. that is nothing but /32 means the IP of the interface. So keep this in mind, local route is the IP of the interface which is being configured on that network. So yeah, so similarly you can see the 192.168.1.0/24 network over here, and then the F00 is connected to 192.168.1.254/32 over here. So local route is /32, and connected route is whatever the network which is being there. So I hope this is understood. So I'll just show you one demo over here. So let's say I have taken this network over here 192.168.30.0/24. So now the links are down by default. So I'll just take this PC over here, and then I'll configure one IP over here. So I'll just configure 192.168.30.1, and then the subnet is /24, and then let's say the router's IP address is 192.168.30.10. just take an example. Yeah, okay. So this is the default gateway, that is the router's address over here. And then yeah, I'll just configure F00 over here, and then I'll just go no enable configure terminal, go into global config mode. Oh my bad, enable config terminal interface F00 IP address is 192.168.30.10/224.0 no shutdown over here. Oh, before that, let me show you show IP route. So as you can see over here, like I haven't like turned on the interface over here. So just before that, can you see the like routing table? There is no route to anywhere like the PC and all. So as soon as I turn on the link, you can see like two routes being configured. So interface F00 over here, no shutdown. So you can see the links going up. So do show IP interface brief. So sorry, I missed the command show. So you can see IP is being configured on F00 over here, and then let's see the routing table. I'll go one step down. Do show IP route. So can you see immediately as I did no shutdown command on the interface, you can see the two routes being configured, that is connected and local. So connected is nothing but the like this interface is being connected to what network, and then this interface is connect like the IP of the interface, like the local network. So I hope these concepts are clear for you, and then let's hop back to the slide. I hope this is clear for you. And then like coming towards the routing, so we have two types of routing, static routing and dynamic routing. So static routing is done like manually, like configured manually, like the default gateway and all. So I'll have a separate video on static routing and dynamic routing, so no need to worry about that. I'll just configure it. So that is nothing but you need to manually configure the address, the network and the next hop over there. It is simple and predictable, and then it is very best for like very small networks or like lab network practice labs. Whereas dynamic routing is like all the routers learn routes to other routers automatically. So there are some protocols being used, OSPF, EIGRP, BJP. So based on the situation or like the area of the client or the network, so the routing protocol is being decided which protocol to configure. Basically all the routers have the network map of all the network, and then it knows like what routes are belonging to at what destination. So best for the large and changing network. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and then thank you. That's all for this video. I hope you understood what is routing. So in next video we'll understand what is static and dynamic routing. Thank you.